Want bigger, better carrots? This spacing trick changes everything. Picture this. You've spent months nurturing your carrot patch, dreaming of harvest day when you'll pull up those gorgeous, Instagram-worthy orange roots. But when the moment arrives, you're left staring at a collection of twisted, stunted, pencil-thin disappointments that look nothing like the carrots you see at the farmer's market. If this scenario sounds painfully familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, there's a simple solution that doesn't require expensive fertilizers, fancy tools, or years of gardening experience. The secret to growing magnificent carrots isn't buried in complex soil chemistry or exotic growing techniques. It's hiding in plain sight, right there in your seedling rows. When carrot seeds germinate, they often sprout in dense clusters because we tend to sow them generously to ensure good germination rates. What happens next is an invisible underground warfare that determines whether you'll harvest prize-winning carrots or sorry excuses for root vegetables. Below the soil surface, those tiny carrot roots are engaged in fierce competition for every inch of growing space, every drop of water, and every nutrient particle. When carrots are forced to grow shoulder to shoulder, they literally push against each other, creating the twisted, forked, and stunted roots that leave gardeners scratching their heads. Think of it like trying to grow up in a house where 10 people share one bedroom. Nobody develops properly under those cramped conditions. Here's where the magic happens, and it's surprisingly simple. Once your carrot seedlings reach about 2 inches in height, typically 3 to 4 weeks after sowing, it's time to perform what many gardeners consider the hardest task in the garden: thinning. This process involves deliberately removing some of your healthy seedlings to give the remaining ones adequate space to thrive. The golden rule for carrot spacing is maintaining 1 to 2 inches between each plant, depending on the variety you're growing. Baby carrots and smaller varieties can handle the closer spacing, while full-size carrots like Danvers or Imperator types need the full 2 inches to reach their potential. This spacing might seem excessive when you're looking at tiny seedlings, but remember that you're planning for the mature root system, not the current size of the plant. Mastering the art of selective removal is honestly a real game changer. Timing your thinning operation correctly makes all the difference between success and, well, accidentally damaging your remaining plants. The soil should be moist but not waterlogged. This makes it easier to remove unwanted seedlings without disturbing the root systems of the keepers. If your soil is bone dry, just give it a gentle watering the day before thinning to soften it up. When you're deciding which seedlings to remove, start by looking for the smallest, weakest, or most crowded plants first. You can either snip them at soil level with small scissors, or carefully pull them out by hand. The snipping method is often safer because pulling can disturb neighboring roots, but if you're gentle and the soil is properly moist, hand pulling works well too. And don't worry about the seedlings you're removing, they're not going to waste. Those tender carrot tops make excellent additions to salads or can be composted to feed next season's garden. The hardest part of thinning isn't really the physical technique, it's the mental game, honestly. Every gardener struggles with removing healthy plants that seem to be growing perfectly well. It feels wasteful, almost cruel, to deliberately eliminate plants you've carefully nurtured from seed. This emotional hurdle is what separates gardeners who consistently grow beautiful carrots from those who end up with disappointing harvests year after year. Remember that thinning isn't destruction. It's actually a strategic investment. Each plant you remove is, an investment in the superior development of the remaining carrots. Professional growers understand this principle instinctively, which is why their carrots consistently outperform those grown by hobbyists who just can't bring themselves to thin properly. Beyond spacing, setting up for long-term success is so important. While proper spacing is definitely the most critical factor in growing better carrots, the timing and technique of your thinning operation can really amplify your results. Perform this task during the cooler parts of the day, early morning or evening, to minimize stress on the remaining plants. After thinning, give your carrots a gentle watering to help them settle and recover from any minor root disturbance. The results of proper thinning become apparent within just a few weeks. Your remaining carrot plants will visibly strengthen, their foliage will become more robust, and most importantly, their roots will have the freedom to grow straight down and fill out to their genetic potential. Instead of competing for resources, each plant can focus its energy on developing into the kind of carrot that makes other gardeners ask for your secrets. Ready to transform your carrot harvest from disappointing to spectacular? This simple spacing trick is just one of many game-changing techniques we share regularly. Hit that subscribe button and join our Smart Garden community where fellow gardeners are discovering practical solutions that actually work. Share this guide with anyone who's ever complained about their carrot failures. Together, we're growing better gardens one tip at a time.